All right. You ready?
Yeah. Just give me 1 second.
All right. Give us a countdown, Freddy.
Hold on.
Please tell me you got the reference.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said, give us a countdown, Freddy.
5, 4, 3,
3,
2.
2. I know you see.
Somehow the world has changed for me and be so wonderful. Sweet life, breathing. Somehow I know I'm gonna get there. All right.
Like how you just digressed into like fucking moaning out the ends of the word.
It's I don't know. It's kind of just how
I
it
know.
feels. You me, world will
God.
change for me.
Yuck.
Be so wonderful.
Ew.
And that's it. Am I recording? Fuck, I am. All right. All right, Bob, you ready?
It's always a banger.
Because it's time for the Frying Fan Podcast.
Oh, you know, when you said that, I was expecting like a real life segue to happen and like our intro would start rolling in my headset.
I mean, I can if you wanted to. I'll send you the file if you want to just constantly play it in your head.
I kind of need that because, I fell into silence mentally because I was like, all right, I have a quick, 5-second intro going through. But we don't even do this live, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you're right. But, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Daniel Cyber Monday Masochist Sear. And here's my co-host.
Robert, it's actually Tuesday, but we're okay with that, D'Onofrio.
We got... how do our middle names keep changing?
The legal process to change your name is not that complicated.
Really?
Well, I don't actually know, but I'm just kind of hoping, maybe. So, yeah.
I saw in a episode of Regular Show that Rigby paid $50 to change his name to Trash Boat.
Trash Boat.
Trash Boat.
Trash. How much money would someone have to offer you to change your name? Not even to like something bad, just to change it to like your name is your name's Dancy, or what if I were just like, all right, you are now Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan. Do I get to decide, or do you have to decide?
Well, I'm saying like how much? No, I get to decide, but it's a normal name. But how much money would you have to get for that?
300,000, no less.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would do it for a small amount, given that you can just change it back.
Yeah, I suppose. But like, if you were like, hey, I'll pay you, and you can decide what you want to change your name to, I do it for like $5. I do it for dirt cheap, dude.
Are you saying you would? Well, that's the thing. Like at that point, you're just making it seem like you want to do it. So why would I pay you?
Well, because you're a nice friend and you care, is what I'm hoping for. But well, if you could change your name to something, what would you change it to? Doesn't even have to be like an actual name. I got mine lined up.
I would I'd have my first name be like Braxton or something manly, something cool sounding,
Braxton is that's a pretty beefy first name.
Yeah, Braxton. People can call me Brax.
Mm.
And that way, like, you can greet me by saying like, "What's brackin', Brax?"
Ooh, that's good. That's cute. I like that.
But alas, my name's Robert, and yeah.
See, I'd change my first name to Razor. And,
Razor.
I think my last name would be like Silverback.
Razor Silverback.
I mean, well, with a name like that, what do you think I bench?
If I'm gonna be real with you, probably like 110.
That wasn't the answer I was hoping for.
Well,
I was hoping for like a 350, no less, but
Well, because you already know if someone's name is Razor, that wasn't their given name. They changed it to that, so they're trying to compensate for something already.
Um, compensate or mm, I can't think of the word I want to use. We'll stick with compensate. Yeah,
Moving on. How was your day today?
I don't know. It was a pretty boring day. It was a nice little
Was it?
Tuesday, but I got my needs from the grocery store today. Got some sales. It was good.
I heard you left something behind.
Oh yeah, I forgot my glasses at the gym today. But like in reality it doesn't matter cuz I like my backup pair of glasses anyways, but they have a little like I don't know, they have a little cut in the corner, which is weird.
Little scratchy
A little
scratch.
scratchy scratch, but I like them better and I'd rather wear them, but I don't know what's stopping me. But I'll see if they're on the bike tomorrow. And
You left them on the bike.
yeah, because the bikes have little cup holders, and I normally put my glass in there because I always forget to take them off before I get out of the car. And yeah.
Hmm.
How about you, buddy? How was your day?
Um, my day was fairly normal. It was very windy today,
Oh, I feel that.
and so it's no secret. I don't drive. Well, now I do, but today was like my first like real time, driving a decent distance by myself. And let me tell you, I was worried for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not scary at all. It's relieving actually.
Like the only worry I had is like after 10 minutes, I was like, wow, this is boring. I better make sure I actually keep paying attention.
Dude, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this of when I drive like more than 10 minutes, I forget where like I don't remember how I got to where I am.
I,
Like
sounds like Dan's got undiagnosed narcolepsy and he just sleep drives.
yeah, or dementia and then just like short-term memory loss. There's a lot of things probably, but
Young adult onset dementia.
yes, at 20 years old, it's a bit of a tragedy. But
I feel like that would be called something else though. At that
um
point, oof, that ain't it, chief. Anyways, no. So that was interesting. That's how my day started. And then college. Well, it's towards the end of the semester, so crunch time. You know how that be.
drop out.
Drop out.
Just drop out.
I don't know. Maybe if we can get some sponsor spots and our podcast takes off, who knows?
Oh, we gotta need the podcast to take off first.
Well, who knows? Maybe I can just sneak into one of our friends' startup companies and just act like I belong.
Jesus, maybe. Speaking of sponsor that's not sponsored,
Mm.
this is not a sponsor, but
Oh, you had me excited.
no, sorry. I would have let you know prior, but
Would
I
you?
yeah, of course. We would have celebrated about it. But I started using Robinhood, and it's like this app that kind of helps you get started with stocks and like stock trading.
Hmm.
So I think I'm gonna try and get into that. We'll see how long it lasts, but it should be exciting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's an app that I can't think of or a program or whatever, but it's like simulated stock, so it still uses the same numbers as the actual market, but you don't have any money at risk.
Okay.
So it's like a way to like train yourself.
I
Um,
I'd rather
I'll let
gamble
you
my
know.
life. Oh, yeah, you can let me know. I was gonna say I'd rather gamble my life savings away, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm a go big or go home kind of person. So
Mm,
either I'm ruining my life or nothing else.
that company, that app, they hired an Amazon veteran as their CFO, which is kind of cool.
Like someone that worked at Amazon.
Yeah, like their CFO.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting. Isn't
which is
work
kind of cool.
isn't working at Amazon like basically like a sweatshop? Isn't it really
Let
bad?
me let me tell you, I worked there for seasonal, as a way of just making some quick cachet, as the young people do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was horrifying. See, because you hear the scanners in your sleep and the conveyor belts because you're in a factory. It's not quiet. And for me, I was standing in like a 6x6 area, just moving my arms.
Mm-hmm.
and they crack the whip a decent bit on the numbers as well.
Is
So
there
like,
is there an actual whip or
um,
metaphorically speaking?
according to the document that I had to sign, no.
Well, there's your answer.
um. Anyways, no, it was no, because the reason though why it was bad is because the work was practically like mindless, but you still had to pay attention enough to where you couldn't zone out, and the day would, the day just wouldn't fly by.
Oh, that's
In
gross.
my experience, also like, you know, not or being afraid to use the bathroom because your numbers will drop is kind of not a nice way to be. Because let me tell you, say you're having a bad day, maybe got a little cough, and your numbers drop, they'll let you know.
That's tragic. Yeah,
It sucks.
I've never heard anything good about somebody that's worked at Amazon.
I mean,
But
people are like, yeah, my Amazon success story, and that's once they make it to the rank of manager or whatever, and they get to be the one telling you that your numbers suck.
hey, speaking of success story,
Speaking of,
my girl Amanda Bynes is making a comeback.
is she now? We talking comeback kid style, or are we talking like she just appeared again?
We're talking no, she I mean to my knowledge, this is like her first kind of like, hey, I'm really out here trying to come back to society and do it real big,
Mm-hmm.
which is how she probably would have worded it. But do you remember? Let me tell you, my childhood was all that in the Amanda Show for a very long time. So this is
Can't
very
say I agree.
really.
No, it wasn't really my thing.
Oh well, I guess it's
Continue though.
I guess it's just my dream. But I'm very happy to hear that she was on the cover of Paper Magazine and she was very adamant about I'm ready to come back because
Oh, are these the photos here? Oh, she's looking good.
yeah, she's doing fine now from what I know. I mean, I know like a few months ago she had I'm pretty sure it was her where she had a scare of trying to abduct kids, but we could
Um,
look past that. It's fine.
for this sake, I hope it's not her.
No, I'm pretty sure it was. It was like she was trying to there was like a homeless family on the street or something and she was like, "Come back or let me have the kids and take them back to the hotel." And the parents are like, you're not taking my kids. Thank you though."
Hmm.
It was one of those. But regardless,
On the bright side, though, from what I'm seeing, from this article from Paper Mag, it seems like she like acknowledges that her behavior was, pretty bizarre and out there and stuff.
yeah. Well, I know she I guess she was saying that Adderall was like I don't want to say like the gateway drug for her, but I guess people refer to it as the skinny pill, and I assume when you're an actress, that's like, oh shit, sign me up. And I think it just went like downhill constantly from there.
Hmm.
Oh no, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't Amanda Bynes with the kids. It was Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's I'm
Hey,
glad it wasn't her.
yeah.
Now.
Thanks for
So I feel
listening to me rant, though.
yeah, okay. So I found a quote from her from the Paper Magazine article, and I think it's actually quite beautiful in a sense.
Oh, let me hear it then.
It says, "I have no fear of the future. I've been through the worst and came out the other end and survived it, so I just feel like it's only up from here."
That's cute.
It is. It
I,
really is.
I like that. I like that a loot. But
A loot? You like it a loot?
sorry, my inner Canadian popped out.
You're supposed to say Canuck.
No, you mean a
It's
you mean Canuck?
that's not a derogatory term, right?
A little bit, but
Is it though?
no, it's not.
Okay, I hope not
There,
because
there's a hockey team called the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, honestly, we have the Blackhawks and the Redskins, so I guess it really
mm,
it's a possibility.
well, if Canuck is derogatory and I am in fact an ignorant person, please let me know in the comment sections down below and do it in a nice way.
My ego is fragile and I cannot take criticism. Thank you.
Please
Scale.
only compliments. If it is in fact what you consider constructive criticism, I would consider it hate speech. Don't do it.
Hey, fucking men. Not really. But
Just kidding.
back to my girl Amanda Bynes.
Mandivine.
I cannot tell you how happy I am that it's a reality. That
What
she's
was her show from your childhood? What
dude,
channel was that on? Like
Amanda
the
show.
channel?
That was no, that was Nickelodeon.
Was it? Okay.
It was honestly like an acid trip in a show. There was some. It was actually like scary. Some
If
parts.
you if you want to talk about acid trips in a show, I believe we've discovered a show over the weekend that fills that.
Yeah, save that for a second. I want to talk about the Amanda show.
Go for it.
All right, it had everything. We got Drake Bell, we got Dancing Lobsters, Amanda Bynes, Amanda Bynes pretending to be a fan that's obsessed with Amanda Bynes. It had everything you needed. A live audience.
I love the fact that you can be completely pulling my leg right now, and I would just be accepting of it.
And the worst part is that even though you have no idea, all of it is true. It really doesn't sound like it. But that's okay. I feel like if that
Huh.
show came out like nowadays, it would have been even better, or it could have been
Do
even
you,
better.
do you think?
Yeah, so I think a lot of things would have flew. Or
That's so random.
yeah, that too. That was a good one. Really lived up to its name.
No, this whole part, cut it. Cut it.
What's your issue?
I said fucking cut
What's
it.
your fucking problem, Robert?
Get in here.
You want to talk about it?
I have no
Plot
problems.
twist. This isn't a podcast anymore. It's an intervention. Hot 93.7.
Intervention.
Bobby, tell
That's
him why
the
you're
word I've
mad.
been looking for.
For
I
what?
was writing it. I was writing an essay, and I couldn't think of the word for intervention, so I like made a roundabout way of saying when your close friends and family get together to try and help you in a group fashion. And I literally typed that out like that because I
You're
couldn't think of it.
you're an idiot. Not
Well,
not really. But
I try my best.
I mean, better known intervention, sniper rifle from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. No?
Yep,
Yes. Cool.
sure, sure,
Uh,
sure.
is there anything you want to talk about, my dear friend?
Actually, I there is something. So if you, I don't know if you've paid attention lately, but climate change is real.
No, that's fake. That's fake news.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, climate change is real, and in acknowledgement of this, GMC has set out to decrease their workforce by what was it, 15%, which is sad, but hopefully they'll in turn their company into something maybe different, which can hire more people back in a more green standpoint. But in that same vein, an article the from Nature, which is a well-known well
You didn't
I'm
sound
struggling.
too confident in that one, Chief.
I'm trying to think if it is well known.
It's decently well known.
But Nature basically it's the International Journal of Science. And the first sun dimming experiment test is fairly close. And we're talking believe the beginning portion of 2019 close.
Hmm.
And
Question.
go for it.
What is the sun dimming process? How are we gonna do it?
So the spark notes of it really is they plan, keyword there, to spray sunlight reflecting particles into the stratosphere,
Mm-hmm.
which is like where clouds hang out.
No, they're just chilling.
And in turn, it reflects a good portion of the sun's rays, which would then lower the planet's overall temperature because of the radiational heating will not be as strong from the sun.
Okay. Um,
Now, there's concerns with this because you hear people say, "Yeah, we're going to be spraying some microscopic particles into the air," and first people think is okay, sounds like smog, sounds like it's going to give me lung cancer. Well, who knows at the moment, really? But that's just a concern.
It's a really big fucking can of hairspray that they're just gonna shoot into the ozone.
Yeah, you're just taking a can of Axe deodorant and just spraying it straight into your lungs.
No, thank you. Nothing smelled worse than a middle school boys' locker room when guys discovered that Axe was a thing.
Oh, you come on. How else are they supposed to, flaunt their pubescentness?
Hmm, not
But
really.
yeah, okay. I believe the substance they're using is like powdered calcium carbonate,
Okay.
which it is what it is. There's no way to say it's calcium
Yeah, I
carbonate.
was gonna say.
Yeah, and it shouldn't just plunge us into an ice age. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be doing a controlled a controlled test first. I'm not really sure how that goes. Regardless, I'm interested to see where this goes out. People may be like, it sounds like we're treating symptoms rather than the issue, but
I mean,
I read somewhere and they put it beautifully. Sometimes you have to treat the symptoms so the patient can stay alive, so you have enough time to cure the cause.
oh, that is good. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it was the first time that we've like publicly actually taken a step to try and prevent the Earth from killing itself.
Well, no, because there's been green movements during like the Obama administration and whatnot, but it's
Yeah, but it's never been to like this degree, has it?
well, it's because a huge question was asked recently, among environmental scientists. You know, did we fall off the cliff? Are we too far gone? You
Probably.
know, well, the answer that they came to at the moment is, they don't know. It's simply just too hard to tell. You
Mm,
know, because we've had only say 300 years of industrialization, if
just 300. No
you
biggie.
know that that's murdering our Earth, but
We do a damn good job at that.
who's to say how fast, like what the actual the decay rate of it is, that it's hard to quantify.
Yeah.
And then you have nations like China who are reducing their carbon footprint drastically, though, it's better obviously if they have done it from the start, but the technology wasn't there.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the whole sun dimming experiment is pretty cool. I'm interested to see like what their like the actual numbers of the global cooling will be. You
Yeah.
know, like are we talking like our average summer temperature in Connecticut where we are will go from like, I don't know what it actually is, but let's just say 95 to 85? Does
Sweet.
this mean we'll have more brutal winters? Will they have to keep spraying these particles over time? I'm interested to see where this goes.
I'm hoping for the second ice age.
Um,
Not
you
on board.
know, to a degree. I mean, I do enjoy the cold, but the whole idea of me having to put on 9 layers to go take the trash out isn't very appealing to me.
No, I can agree to that. Well, what about the opposite, where volcanoes just start shooting out of the ocean?
Well, I don't really like the heat either, so I just hope it's kind of crass, but I would hope I'd rather be dead than have to
I
experience either or really.
understand. How about we bring dinosaurs back?
Ooh, bring dinosaurs back.
I don't think
Um,
I don't think I want to bring dinosaurs back personally.
pretty sure Jurassic Park just tried that. It doesn't seem to have worked out in any scenario.
All right, guys. We're going to bring back the dinosaurs again. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, they're just going to kill people again. Not the fourth time. It couldn't happen a fourth time, right?
Hey, those dinosaurs that just killed people like 5 years ago? Chris Pratt, you have to go and save them.
And Chris Pratt's like, "Look at me, I'm Chris Pratt playing Chris Pratt in a movie. Like every
Starring
movie."
Chris Pratt. About Chris Pratt.
Yeah, by Chris Pratt. Starring who?
Director Chris Pratt?
There it is. Don't forget sound design and choreography by Chris Pratt.
Oh, yes, in writing, Chris Pratt.
Actually, fun fact, kind of unrelated, but the newest Jurassic Park film is in the top 15 of most grossing movies.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand in any way, shape, or form how though.
I mean, maybe it had like a world release, and like it's like a fairly kid friendly movie as well.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but like top 15? It's
I
crazy.
mean, if it did have like a world release, I kind of can see that as well, because like dinosaurs, bro. Those
Yeah,
are gonna if those won't grab like anyone from ages like 6 to
60.
25,
Okay.
like that age range. I mean, I know personally, call me a child all you want, but you say dinosaurs, my attention kind of peaks a little bit. So
You're a child.
I'm a child,
There, I
just
said it.
just a man child.
A very hairy man child.
Essentially, I'm just a gorilla with full cognitive abilities of a human.
All right. All right. It all makes sense now.
Well, anyways, in the same vein of that, the spoiled it for you. In the same vein of the whole climate change thing, good news, well, and kind of bad at the same time because we get to actually see how bad the damage is. The California wildfires have been confirmed to be 100% contained now. How does that make you feel?
Um, it's okay.
They have the statement have been thrown around that they've been the most devastating fires in history in centuries.
Yeah. Well,
It's pretty crazy.
Malibu's pretty gone. I don't know if you've seen any pictures, but it actually just looks like a Call of Duty Zombies map.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just ash everywhere, and I don't think, well, they didn't show it, but a lot of human remains. So pretty
Um,
pretty bad.
Last time I checked, the death toll was at like 88,
That sounds about right.
and I think over 200 are still missing. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah,
yikes.
that's a little sad. But how do you think? All right,
Wow, it was contained in 153,336 acres. That
hmm.
is a lot of land to just be on fire.
I honestly think California is just a clusterfuck of natural disasters. And I remember a while ago, California wanted to not be a part of the U.S., and I said, hey, if you can kick yourself away from the U.S., you're free to be an island. I don't care. These guys just deal with earthquakes, fires, always being hot, hipsters.
Well, I mean, it's not actually. I mean,
It is a piece of shit place, Bobby. You can't justify this to me.
there's a lot of good things out in California.
Give me an example. Give me three.
Well, the stoner in me wants to just instantly say legal marijuana.
Not allowed. You could just go to
Um,
Vermont.
well, I mean, I would much rather go there or to Maine,
Well,
but
then let's just go to Maine. I don't want to take a
to your
trip to
question
California,
aside, I
Bobby.
mean, they got like Hollywood, which is
Yeah?
pretty touristy. I've heard that the Hollywood area is actually quite terrible. The homeless population is quite rampant in that area.
I thought you were supposed to be giving me reasons on why California's not so bad, Bobby.
Well,
You're
maybe I
not.
just didn't want to say it was just shithole, Dan.
Well, I. Well, all right. Let me just say, for people who were affected by the fire, I'm sorry, and I hope any damages, um, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ will bless you with something, maybe.
All right, let's not. How tired are you?
Dude, I haven't slept in the past 3 days.
Perhaps you're. Hmm.
What do you think it is, Doc?
The power of editing. But no, perhaps you have some anxiety built up or something that you need to get off your chest, and you're just fighting to keep those emotions down, to keep up with your mono emotional lifestyle.
That was pretty deep. Yeah, there's something I want to get off my chest, Bobby.
Go for it.
My favorite band, the 1975, are coming out with an album this Friday, and I'm very excited. There,
You
I
don't sound
spilt the
it.
beans.
Bring your own excitement. Bring it
Dude,
up.
I'm fucking lying down.
Well, anyways, that's all for the California fires, I think. And gladly they are being contained, and, we're awaiting to see what the damage reports are. And hopefully everyone can do what they can to help the victims.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, Dan, is there anything you want to talk about today?
Well,
Hopefully, it's on a lighter note. That is.
well, not kind of later, but yeah, I wanted to talk about Neon Genesis Evangelion's coming to Netflix in spring of 2019.
Ooh, that's okay. So, d- let me give a quick,
A
quick,
queek. Let me give a
a quick.
queek one.
So, Evangelion's an anime, and Dan, do you mind explaining why this is actually, a decent deal?
All right. Well, let me tell you something. Neon Genesis Evangelion is an oldie but a goodie. Came out in I think like 1996, and it's one of those like old ones that you'd watch that it's
Like the critically acclaimed ones that
yeah,
like you still
thank
hear
you.
about 20 years later.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. If you've ever watched it or you've made it, yeah, well, if you've ever watched it, you know that the ending to it is an absolute clusterfuck that I don't think should be on Netflix.
Okay, so that brings us to the topic of Netflix is normalizing anime, isn't it? Like, I distinctly remember, when I was getting into it in, late middle school, early high school, it was still kind of like a taboo hobby to have. But Netflix is just constantly getting the rights to shows and churning them out.
And Netflix is a bunch of fucking weebs, I guess. Sorry, but yeah, they what are the other ones they had? I know they had the Devilman Crybaby. I don't know if that was original, but that one was
I
pretty good.
believe, yeah, that was definitely original. I mean, they've put like Attack on Titan, Seven Deadly Sins. They've put a lot on there.
Oh, One Punch. They got One Punch.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're normalizing, which I think is a good thing, because I think anime should be enjoyed by everybody, considering, the production value that goes into it is insane.
Yeah. My issue
I know.
is that
Hmm?
I hope that like developers of shows and like the studios that pump them out get some of the revenue from it.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
I
definitely.
know that's been a main issue with 'cause you
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I kind of also like the whole normalizing anime thing, just because like I feel like it's like a media outlet that people like should really give a shot because not many people read books nowadays, and like TV is TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of
Like
those things.
it just adds more to the palette to consume yourself with.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if you want some like it's got something for everybody. If you want something mindless to watch, then it's an easy
Oh
go-to for
yeah.
me.
I mean, anime is just a broad category in general. Really, the only thing that encompasses it is the fact that it's animated and, well, foreign.
Yeah.
Well, at least for us, that is.
Yeah. God bless America.
God bless America. I wonder why Netflix, though, like what their turning point was.
I think
Because
they're
I remember.
just sorry. I think they're just trying to reach like a bigger demographic, and I think that's one of the easiest way to is by
Mm,
getting everything and literally everything. I mean, all
true.
right, I'll be real with you. Netflix pumps out a lot of dog shit shows. So,
Oh, yeah,
whenever they get the right to like old shows or like good shows, I'm like, all right, this is good.
You want to talk about one of the new shows that we experienced on Netflix over the weekend?
Fucking Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Um, I didn't know
What
anything
is Big
about it.
Mouth, people might ask?
Yeah, me and my dear friend Robert had no idea of what it was, but our also near dear friend showed it to us, and it was an adventure.
I think it's a show about puberty.
Yeah, I think it's like a sex ed
I
show,
think.
but I don't think you could show it to middle schoolers, you
But
know?
that's the weird thing. Like I'm struggling to figure out who this show's demographic is because it's about middle schoolers going through puberty, but it's like all adult content, like along that vein. So they're making a show for adults about middle schoolers going through puberty.
Yeah, it's odd. Um,
I
they got Jordan Peele on board, so you know it's good.
Well,
But
they also got like what was his name?
Nick,
Nick Kroll. He's pretty funny.
that's an ugly name.
No,
Last name, at least. Sorry, Nick Kroll, but your last name's kind of hideous.
Nick Kroll, feel free to come on our show and let us know what you think of Dan calling your name ugly.
Nick
They also
Kroll.
got John Mulaney, and I think he's one of the funniest comedians that we have in this era of like, fair like non-niche comedians. That is.
I actually don't know who that is. I'll have
You
to.
don't know who John Mulaney is? All right, you know what? I'm not going to get into this because I watch a comedy show. Watch Kid Gorgeous. Watch The Comeback Kid. They're great.
I was gonna say you can show me.
They're on Netflix. Speaking of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Going back to Netflix. Well, actually, we've still been on Netflix, but
Well, yeah.
One thing Netflix can do without is anything that's a live adaptation of something.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I think that's something we can, everyone can agree that it's got to go. It's never worked and it won't work, except for Detective Pikachu. That's the only one where I'm like, hey, if it works, cool, and I have confidence in it.
Well, that's the thing. Hopefully it works. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's just not a steaming pile of shite.
Yeah, you can.
You know what's actually funny. You know what a review for Big Mouth is?
What?
Wildly inappropriate. Certainly not for children under the age of 18. That leaves adults 18 and over enjoying cartoon children. Cartoon. Hold on.
Sorry to interrupt.
Cartoon children in adult situations. There's a place for children and teens to learn about these matters in a healthy way that is not through media of all places. It never ceases to amaze me how far off society has gotten with acceptable content. Terrible.
You know, as like trolly as it is, I agree with some of it, but not in the same perspective.
Because I mean, the synopsis for a show is, even for a cartoon character going through puberty isn't easy for a young person. Angie was learning firsthand as an experience the nightmare that is growing up in this animated series geared towards adults. Oh, it does say it's geared towards adults. Okay.
I mean, I wonder if they're like, their idea was like, hey, you went through this. Remember this?
Yeah, that's kind of got to be what it has to be. But at the same time, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but they've showed some pretty questionable things for children to be doing.
They show dicks.
Yeah, they've also showed a child getting peed on. Sorry, middle school age kid getting peed on.
So now it's not okay.
Well,
but if it was now, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Safe. Well, regardless, the show is interesting. Watch it inebriated, watch it not inebriated. It doesn't matter. Because you're still going to be thinking that you're on some form of drugs while you're watching it.
This is true. It's honestly unsettling. I think
it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes is what's unsettling.
Fucking why? It's not like a masterpiece personally, but it's definitely worth watching. I'll give it that.
It's a nominee for the Breakthrough series.
Oh my god. I think it's just because it's different, I guess. But okay, that's sure. We'll go with that. Yeah, it's fine.
It's definitely an interesting show though.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. Like I said,
maybe a little scarring actually.
Very, yeah. It made me think like, am I a pedophile, or am I good?
I hope you're not a pedophile.
Well, okay, not in that. Okay, you know what I mean.
Power of editing.
Don't spin me into that. Don't spin me into an evil person here, Bobby. Thank you. Next.
What's that guy's name from the show To Catch a Predator?
Chris Hansen?
Yeah, just my voice changes and you hear Chris Hansen come behind you.
Won't you have a seat? And I'm like, no. I love watching that, and they're like. He's like, oh, yeah, you can go. And they're like, no, I can't. I know there's cops outside. Come on, Chris, please. It's like, well, if you're going to go get down and dirty with a 14-year-old, you can get down and dirty with a 35-year-old in the shower. Too far?
Not really, actually.
I think it's justifiable.
Oh, definitely. If you diddle kids, you should be dead.
I won't even cut that out because I agree entirely. I there's only one thing worse than a rapist. A child. No.
That
Oh
video
fuck.
needs to make it into the description just so
Yeah.
people can know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'll link it. I'll link it. I
Most
think
definitely.
I
Most
think in
definitely.
the description I'll start putting timestamps of what we talk about too, just so it
Ooh,
it's
that'd be good. And
easier.
then maybe like a link or two to the articles.
Yeah.
That's a
Just
smart way of doing things.
just a little time consuming. But that's okay. It's not like I do
Hey,
anything with my life anyways.
this is true. All you
This
do is work, gym, and slave away.
work, gym, slave away, check my stocks, go to bed.
Check you're a bondsman now, Dan.
Yeah, I'm on Wall Street and now I have a Brooklyn accent and I'm just screaming at people that it's just not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Do you think you could ever work on Wall Street?
Hell no.
I don't feel like I could deal with that kind of stress.
Dude, let me tell you, I get claustrophobic so easily in public environments like that. Like even walking around New York City sometimes is just too much. Or like Times Square.
Okay, no one like if you're just if you don't have a problem walking around New York City, there's the problem is you.
Yeah. All right, real talk. If you enjoy walking around Times Square, there's something wrong with you, not me.
Yeah, like if your idea of having a fun day is just walking around New York, like without a specific place in mind, like, hey, you're half sane, but the other half of you is just a masochist that enjoys being stuck in awkward social situations with people you don't know in closed off and close environments.
Agreed. I mean, I'll go to New York and for shopping. That's the only reason I really go to New York, or unless there's a show at MSG. But
Um, there's like interesting things. Like, I mean, hell, I've gone to the city just to watch, a movie in their big theater.
now let me tell you, the first time I went to a theater that had recliners,
Oh
I was
boy.
I was like, this is heaven.
That's the way to be, really,
Actually,
is reclining theaters.
did you know our theater? I think we have recliners now.
Half of it does, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I haven't been to the movies in a long time since we got them in, but I think we have them now.
It's been a grip. It's
Mm.
been a grip.
I think we got to boogie on down sometime.
Most definitely. We can't talk about movies though. We do that too much.
That'll be next episode. Spoiler alert, next episode's dedicated to movies, and we're going to have a special guest on. You heard it here
Is
first.
is that confirmed?
I'll ask him, but yeah.
Um, it's halfway confirmed, folks.
We're,
Stay tuned.
we're at a 65%. You can check up on us on Twitter or something if you really want the full details.
We don't post there yet, but we will.
I mean, yeah, I would if, I had a reason to.
Hey, we're gaining a following.
Yeah,
We got
somewhat.
yeah, we got like 100,000.
No. Wrong. You got the wrong guys.
Do we?
Yep,
No,
that one's
you
not
sure?
us. Yeah.
Wait. So the person that noticed me for my voice wasn't from our podcast?
Someone noticed you for your voice?
Yeah.
You
That
you don't sound too convincing with that.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, Robert, doesn't worry. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Come on, if you tell people you're successful enough, they'll have no choice but to believe it.
This is true. This is why in my Instagram bio I say that I'm a host to a podcast as opposed to not having a bio. So that the ladies will think I do something with my life. But they'll
I'm
be
fairly certain that my Instagram bio just says like frying pan podcast and that is it.
I think it does. Yeah, no links, no here, check us out
Yeah.
here. It's just yeah. Hey.
Is that
Yeah.
how I sound to you?
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of remind me of the Yeti from Rudolph.
Oh boy. I don't know how to properly respond to
But
that.
in a loving way.
Am I being personally attacked? Is that what's
Yeah,
going on here?
yeah, a little bit.
You know,
Just
why don't we just jump into something else here?
all right. What do you got?
Dan, I heard one of your favorite bands is getting a new album.
Yep, they are indeed. My one of my oldest favorite bands, 1975, is coming out with an album on, I believe it's the 30th. I'm 95. Hold on.
We can have Steven Google that for you.
Yeah, Steve, yo, give it real quick.
Oh, but anyways, yeah, 1975, Dan's favorite album. I haven't listened to them, which kind of makes me a bad friend in an aspect, but at the same time, I'm sure I've heard them before,
I
like
do.
in the car.
Yeah, I normally always play in the car. Yeah.
1975.
A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships is the name of the album. If you don't know who they are, they're like an electro
They're,
pop, power pop, post rock kind of band.
are they
Um,
indie?
yeah, they're indie.
They're
Plot twist.
so you haven't probably heard of them.
Yeah, plot. No, no, they're pretty popular. But I'm just a bit of a hipster. So
Dan is a hipster. He likes to go to coffee shops and work on his MacBook.
I don't even have a MacBook, but I do love going to coffee shops and drinking tea and all that, yada yada. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah, I'm kind of gross.
You like to click your Chelsea boots together as well.
I love my Chelsea boots, you fucking asshole. I like to wear them any chance I get.
Well, they look good on you, so you're fine.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on my calves.
Speaking of shoes, actually, Yeezys.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not on the up and up in fashion here.
hey,
What are Yeezys, Dan?
I got you. Kanye West, easy
Kanye.
shoes. If this, all right, I guess like they're not selling out anymore, and Adidas is
Really?
actually like having a genuinely hard time not getting rid of them, but like selling them out within like a minute.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very
Because,
weird.
for as clueless in fashion as I am, I do know that Yeezys, every time I've heard them come up, have just been sold out the near instant they go up.
Do you know what they
At least
look
according
like?
to some of my fashionable friends.
Do you know what they look
Um,
like?
like the shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them.
What do you think of them?
Okay. Like the style?
Yeah.
Um, I like. Yes, of course you mean the style. Honestly, I do not like the style at all. I think like the sole just looks weird to me.
See, that's where I stand, and that's where all right.
Like it
Theory.
kind of just looks like a burlap sack was used as like the like concept art,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of just like, all right, well, walking on a burlap sack isn't comfortable. What if we gave it a sole? And they kind of just looked at like a piece of ballistic gel and just slammed that under it.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree to that. But it made me think, do you think nowadays that fashion is actually like people buy it because it looks good, or do you think it's just like a case of mob mentality?
I would say it's kind of like half that and half that. Like it's a sense of what looks good. Definitely mob mentality plays a part of it because in this day of social media influence, if someone that you like, let's just say like a Kardashian or a insert basketball player here was like, hey, I really like X product. People that like this person will be like, damn, I should get X product because they said it's good. And why would they lie to me?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And then at the same time as well, I feel you know, like fashion kind of hasn't had to look good as much. Like I said, I'm not very well versed in fashion, but I feel like people buy things a lot of times just so they can flaunt that they can afford to buy it.
Well, yeah, that's why like Gucci, Louis, all that stuff is popular. It's just because of the name. I mean, granted, some of it does look good,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
a good majority of it kind of looks like shit. I'll be real. But I
You
think
hating on my Gucci slides?
no, I'm hitting on your Gucci belt.
Hey, come on! I've cut a hole in all my T-shirts so you can see it.
Come on, it cost me $3,000 for this belt.
Yeah,
Now,
come on!
could you imagine spending $3,000 for your belt?
I can't even imagine spending $3,000 on my health.
Amen. I could imagine.
Like,
Oh, sorry, you go.
like if you were, like, I'm forced to spend that on my education. You think I'm going to spend that on a belt?
That's true. Well, I mean, remember that ring from last week I showed you?
Oh, I do. No, I don't think that was. We didn't talk about that. But
No, I don't think
your
we did.
co-host here sent me a very interesting ring that sold for a whopping $25,000.
It was a solid gold ring, and it was like the top was the mouth of a tiger, and
Yeah.
$25,000. And I was thinking to myself, um, if I bought that ring, I would essentially be buying my car twice. So
Jeez.
yeah,
Well, that's always like a weird thing though. Whenever you make a big purchase, you look at something that you use every day and be like, wow, I could have bought like 12 of these. Like when I purchased when I upgraded my computer, it's like, wow, I could have, you know, bought a lot of what do I milk with this.
dude, I could have got so many fucking gallons of milk if I didn't want to upgrade my goddamn computer. Yo,
Jeez.
that's what I think too, Bobby. Every day of my goddamn life. I'm like, if only I didn't buy this computer, I could have had 17 gallons of whole milk in my fridge.
Is your computer only worth 17 gallons of milk?
Probably. This computer's not running too hot these days.
Goodness.
I didn't take advantage of the hot deals on Cyber Monday.
Oh, wait. The Cyber Monday Massacre strikes again.
It's me. You want to talk about. Did you buy anything on Cyber Monday?
Did I buy anything on Cyber Monday? The question is did I? Because I don't really know.
Hmm.
No, I want to say no, just because like I've recently hit a point where anything I buy is just extra. Like I have everything I would want,
That's good.
which for the most part that is. Of course, things come up, but so no, I didn't really partake in the fuck fest that is searching for a good deal.
Understandable.
And overall, I always thought those things were kind of like traps because like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they get you to buy things that you really never would have bought in the first place. So essentially, you're not even getting a deal. You're still losing money, just less than you would if you out purchased it.
Oh, I agree. I think I'm firsthand of the whole buying something I don't need just because it's on sale. Um, I bought
I
a
know somebody like that,
yeah
like that really does that.
yeah I bought a mini waffle maker, and it makes the waffles into a shape of a heart. Do I need that?
Really?
No. Yeah, it does,
How,
but I don't
how
need
much
it.
did you spend on it?
It was like $10.
That's
So
really good, actually.
yeah, and I got a rice cooker. I got a couple pairs of jeans. I got a new dress shirt, and let me tell you, I was really debating on pulling the trigger on a new pair of like black and white plaid pants.
Oh
So
yeah.
really tempted because I love those. I'm out here
Oh,
styling in them. But
all the time. Dan can rock any form of fashion you can think of.
yeah,
My man looks good in a trash bag.
mm, I haven't tried.
Mostly because he wears trash bags a lot.
Well, yeah, I've subbed out all my hoodies for just trash bags.
Yeah,
Um,
that and like potato bags and shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
keeps me nice and insulated in the winter. I highly recommend.
yeah.
Um, basically, doesn't really get much better than that.
Doesn't really get much better than that, really.
Doesn't really get much better than this right here, right now.
Right here, right now. But But yeah. Anyway, spending muddly. Fuck me, man.
Mudley,
Spending muddle. I'm gonna go for a take three. All right. Spending money needlessly
There we go.
is something that I probably should not do
Yeah.
anymore. Or rather, not as much. Because I might have had a minor spending problem.
All right. I feel like if you didn't have minor spending problem when you were between like 16 and 20, you missed out. So those are the golden ages. Because you don't
You
have
mean
to.
just because I didn't have to pay for anything, it's an excuse to drop money on things that I don't
You
need?
don't got to pay for bills. You don't got to pay for rent. You don't got to pay for shit. It doesn't matter.
And then the cost of college book came.
Yeah. I mean, granted, if you want any good advice, save your money as soon as you can.
Yeah.
I was.
Let's
See,
just say if anything unfortunate happens to me, I might as well just die.
yeah, I feel you. Yeah, if I go to the hospital with like a broken pinky, Might as well just die. Yeah.
Might as well just saw the finger off.
Yeah,
The bone's not getting repaired.
I might as well. Yeah, I might as well decide if like I can donate the pinky for money. I could probably on the black market.
Do you think that would give you like a tax break?
Uh, I think it would depend on how I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I wrote it down like, oh, it was going towards a good cause, then it's fine.
All right, I'm gonna take a song.
That's good.
All right, everybody, that was the Frying Pan Podcast. Thank you for listening. As always, we are trying to get better, so we'd appreciate any comments that you think could help us out. Any of them, you can drop us. You can drop us. You can drop them at this email. What's that email?
inthepanpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you very much. And our links to social media is twitter.com/thefryingpanpod. We got an Instagram, which is also the Frying Pan Pod. And lo and behold, we got a Podbean. We got a Podbean. It's the Frying Pan. It's podbean.com/fryingpan. So those are our general social medias, and we're also on YouTube. Find us there. Usually if we talk about like a topic or something, and we'll link it. Usually the link is found in the YouTube video or somewhere in the description.
Yeah, you can do.
We're also on.
You can do it on Spotify and iTunes too.
All right, there you go. Well, speaking of Spotify and iTunes, we are also on Spotify and iTunes. So remember to rate us on there. Give us a download. Give us a listen. We'd appreciate it greatly. I have been Robert.
I thought you were going to keep going. Sorry. I am still Dan.
And thank you for listening to the Frying Pan Podcast. Tune in next Thursday for our newest episode where we might have a special guest. We might not. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. I'm always in the dark.
He's a critically
Have a great week, folks.
He's a critically acclaimed YouTuber.
Critically acclaimed?
He's on the rise.
I mean, when you're on the bottom, brother, you're always on the come up.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
See ya. Can you not?
Can I what?
Can you be more professional?
Can you eat my fucking ass?